Duke, coincidentally, the team they just lost to on the road in their last contest. As the opening tip is won by San Francisco. Lions in their home white. Gold and green being showcased for San Fran. As going to the hoop strong is Leitchi, and they're going to count that.
But they went right in the basket, attacked, get to the line for a three-point play, the old-fashioned way.
Foul went against Perry Page. Leitchi, 60% at the line this season. She cashes it in as we look at their starters, as well as Columbia. Cecelia Collins, the other player for the Lions, averaging double figures on the season, gets the ball at the top of the key. She's looking to get back on track from three-point range, as Collins just 1 of 12 from downtown. Riley Weiss can't get it to go. Kitty trying to clean it up and does so with the baby hook, and Columbia's on the board.
Nice offensive rebound put back there by Kitty Henderson. Open shot by Weiss. They need her to start hitting some threes to get this game going, to get the offensive flow going for the Lions.
Riley, their leading scorer on the season, 4th in the Ivy League. Worth is the leading scorer for the Dons and banks it in with the right hand to pad San Francisco's lead. So a quick start, especially for a team, Doug, that has been struggling on the offensive side of the ball. The Dons are known for their defense. They're number 1 in the West Coast Conference, allowing just 56 points per game, but they're dead last in scoring as Susie Rafu is able to lay it in. That student from Spain is one of the best shot blockers in the country as we take a look at her work inside.
Yeah, just good footwork there to get her hands up and block, and Cece leading in a little bit, couldn't get the call. Other way, easy basket there by Dos Santos. Looking good on the offensive end so far are the Dons.
As they are shooting 100% from the field. It doesn't get better than that. 3 of 3. Kitty Henderson drops it off to Rafu, loses the ball and another turnover. That's number 2 for Columbia. Leitchi, though, can't secure it from behind, and back the other way we go. Kitty thinks about the 3 in the corner to Weiss, lets it fly and ring it up from downtown. We're tied at 7.
Good extra pass there for the open 3 for Weiss. Get her going would be a good thing for the Lions.
Weiss coming in with a team-high 25 made threes, 12th in the nation. And speaking of trifectas, and Mia Broom in. This is her home debut. She made her Columbia debut on the road Sunday at Duke. Aribola left all alone, misses on the bunny. Tries for the follow and can't get the bounce. Aribola has not attempted a free throw thus far in her collegiate career, and the first one is in and out. Survey says Leitchi takes a seat. Angeliki Ziaka, the freshman out of Athens, Greece. 12 of the 15 players for San Francisco are outside of the United States. There is a tremendous international flavor on this squad as that three-pointer skims the rim. Underneath, Paparonis tries to put it back up and in. She draws the foul.
And sure enough, draw fouls on the other team.
Aribola picking up her first. It's interesting, Doug, because this team, you could argue on paper, has continuity. They bring back 10 players, 4 starters. And
she even joked with us that Jasmine Gales, the assistant coach, was also on the team last year, so they actually lost nobody from the program, is still involved with the program. So you're right, continuity, but people in a little bit different spots, see what they can do so far this season, working their way on the offensive end.
Gales was the team's leading scorer last season. Worth is the leading scorer this season, one of its last 7. Collins off the pump, shreds the defense and lays it in to cut into this deficit. It's now a 3-point game.
Really nice pump fake there to attack the basket after that, to get the nice lay-in, to get the Lions back on the offensive board.
Dos Santos out to Paparonis. Good look. Couldn't cash it in. Collins the rebound as the Lions winning now the battle on the glass by 1. Collins spots up for 3. And her struggles from beyond the arc continue. Rebounded, though, by Rafu. Saves it. It goes to Dos Santos. And off to the races we go back the other end. Paparonis stops, pops, gets her shot blocked. But there was a... Paparonis is 1 of 2 from the line today. She scored in single digits, but she had a stretch where she scored in double figures 3 straight before that. And she attempted 28 of her 34 free throw attempts coming into this game during that 3-game stretch. So that's falling into line as Rice, back the other end, kisses it off the glass for 2.
Yeah, Lance, that's a really good skill to have because you not only get to the line to get points for your team, but also draw fouls on the opposing team, which gets them in foul trouble. Just a really good thing for a young player to be able to do.
Worth back in, top scorer for the Dons. Last season's WCC Newcomer of the Year. The transfer from Albany floats it in with a nifty left-handed maneuver.
Just backing player down and going up strong.
Kitty gets the best of Leitchi, turns and lays it in to continue this back-and-forth affair here.
And Leitchi has to be careful. She already has 2 fouls on the game. Doesn't want to pick up a third here in the first quarter.
And now Kitty sealing off Leitchi. Riley Porter with the drop step and finishes at the rim to get on the board for the first time today. Riley Porter actually has been known for her three-point shooting, which has been a pleasant surprise for San Francisco. Weiss is not a surprise, as once again, San Francisco working around the perimeter. Worth the pull-up jumper, skims the rim. Collins another rebound. San Francisco shooting 50% from the field. Columbia 41. Collins off the crossover. Gets caught underneath the bucket. The extra pass to Kitty. The runner in the lane. Loose ball tapped around. Kitty grabs her own miss. Broom through traffic. Floats it in. Mia's on the board. And we are tied at 18.
Again, offensive rebound led to another basket for the Lions. When they are getting second chances, they are converting them. Good sign for Columbia.
Worth absorbs the contact on the right side of the free throw line. As Worth puts in the first. Leitchi.
Only one team scored over 60 points against USF this season. Right now we're on pace for a game in the 80s, so the high 70s. Definitely favors Columbia so far.
Well, when we were talking with Molly Goodenbauer, she said she wanted the game to finish in the high 50s, low 60s, because she feels where her offense is at this point of the season. That is their best scenario, as Avlihash spots up from the left wing and knocks it through for a three. You see on the replay, Doug, Page drew 3 defenders in towards her. That's why Avlihash had a great look. 17 on the shot clock, about a 20-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Leitchi tried to dump it inside, stolen by Page. Perry will give it up here. About a 1-second differential between shot clock and game clock, so the Lions can essentially hold for the final look. Columbia at 45% shooting. 7 seconds for Kitty. Tor sets the screen, pops out, puts up the tray, and it did not hit the rim, and it will be a shot clock violation. So San Francisco will have last licks here. Will they get a shot off? No, they won't, as that will do it. An entertaining first 10 minutes of action here in New York City.
Yeah, and you know what I also like? Throw in the almost 400 assists. She's accounted for 1,800 points, or a little more than that, in her career at Columbia. That's awesome. That's getting her teammates involved as well.
San Francisco averaging just over 56 points per game, putting up 20 in the first. That certainly is a positive development. Tor, the extra pass to Simmons, 15 on the shot clock. Tor with 13, slashes in and out, and draws the contact to earn a trip to the charity stripe. 67%, sophomore out of Spain. Tor did not play in Sunday's affair at Duke, and she is able to capitalize here at the line. Ziaka whips it over to Riley Porter. Queta down low inside to the cutting Dos Santos, and Dos Santos is up to 4.
22 here, only down 1 early in the second quarter.
You brought up that game against Duke on Sunday as the Blue Devils pulled away late, mainly because they shot 52% from the field and had 52 points in the paint. Size was an issue as Columbia works it around the perimeter as Kitty Anderson drops it through. Nationally ranked squad in the AP poll as Worth off balance. Too hard off the glass. Page the rebound. Lions looking to pad their 4-point advantage. Avlihash backing her way. In the lane, blocked. She gets her own deflection. Raffew's got range. Way off the mark. Kitty an offensive rebound. The no-look feed to Rafew. Lions have opportunity after opportunity.
5 rebounds so far this afternoon, all on the offensive end. So hitting the offensive glass, giving the Lions second and third opportunities.
They have 17 as a team. They're +9 on the glass all of a sudden. That has changed as Weiss gives it up to Avlihash. 2 on the shot clock. Has to put up a prayer and finds the bottom of the net with the shot clock winding down.
I'd take top 15 and I'd be happy with that.
Well, I think Rory probably has more popularity than any player in a Columbia uniform. I mean, the kids just love Rory. Great breakdown of the press by the Dons, and it leads to an easy lay-in for Fulcher to cut the deficit to 4.
A much-needed basket. They only had 2 points so far in the second quarter. Get something going. Tempo again favors the Lions with some pressure, but sometimes you give up layups like that.
And they have been steady in their shooting percentage at 50%. Avlihash does not have the size advantage on Riley Porter. Raffu defended out on the perimeter, 10 on the shot clock. Weiss pulls up and was fouled, went 5 for 5 from the line against Duke. That was a career high in terms of makes and attempts in a single game. The little things no longer get to her and bother her, as Perry Page, speaking of the little things, trying to clean up the glass, couldn't get the roll, and it will stay a 5-point game. They inbound it to Riley Porter, spinning on Collins, and with the left hand, banking it in, one of its last 7. Broom from way downtown, and you can end the drought with a bullseye from long range.
Just good inbounds player to get Broom the open 3.
And that is Broom's first career three-pointer. She was 0 for 2 in her debut at Duke. Paparonis leaves it underneath. Dos Santos off the shuffle from Fulcher, lays it. Broom slows things down here. Plenty of time to work with for Collins. The baseline jumper in and out as both teams cooling off in a 4-point affair. Ziaka trying to get it inside to Dos Santos. The power dribble, double teamed, and it makes no difference. Dos Santos is now making her presence felt inside. Trying to get it inside to Henderson. Good ball denial there by Fulcher. 13 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Broom. She already has 1 3, and give her another. And the Lions now have 9 assists on 13 made field goals. They have been spreading the wealth. Feisty defense by Broom. 10 on the shot clock. They're trying to get it inside to Dos Santos. Ziaka loses it with 3.
Buddy pass wasn't open to Dos Santos. Out of bounds, another chance here with the 2 seconds.
Ziaka having trouble getting it in play. Dangerous pass. Dos Santos had it, loses it. And that will be a shot clock violation. That was the 8th for San Francisco. Columbia scored 10 points off of those issues. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Weiss off the curl, straightaway look, and it rattles around the rim and in. Columbia with its 6-3, and just like that, it's an 8-point advantage.
Good open look, good 3, good offense.
So Riley Weiss in double figures with 11. She has been the sign of consistency this season. Speaking of threes, Kata off the mark. Broom up ahead to Kitty. Off the crossover, goes right to left, and finishes at the rim. A double-digit lead for the Lions.
Cecelia, there are a lot of different options for Columbia that can score, and that causes more problems for teams defensively, like San Francisco.
Much more unpredictable this season because you don't know who is going to do the heavy lifting on offense. And Shu, who you referenced, had 31 points in that game. And San Francisco actually led by 10 late in the third. Columbia outscored the Dons by 10 in the fourth. So San Francisco has given Columbia trouble in the past. This Leitchi's mid-range jumper off the left side. It was last touched by San Francisco, and it will go back to Columbia.
Lions sort of turned the table a little bit last year and now have that 10-point lead with about a minute left in the first half.
They met last December as Collins can't get it to go. Kitty Henderson, another offensive rebound. Broom off the pump, has a clear path with the left hand, misses on the bunny. Grabs her own miss, and the Lions are still breathing. Page left all alone. And again, Columbia with second chance opportunity after second chance strikes gold.
Just closing the half really well here, clicking on both ends of the court.
Worth, long rebound goes to Collins, and the Lions will hold for the final shot as San Francisco is in a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes. Columbia on an 11-0 run.
Lance, I love how Paige called for that ball, said, give it to me, I got that 3, and sure enough buried it to make it that 13-point lead.
7 made trays for the Lions, as all of a sudden they have plenty of cushion. 5 on the shot clock for Collins. Collins has 2 points today. The reversal off the mark, and that is going to do it. Shot clock violation, though it looks like maybe they'll put a fraction of a second back on the clock here, putting the correct numbers on the board. Inbounds to Leitchi, they're not even going to attempt a shot. And now that will officially do it. 20 minutes in the books, and it will be the Lions with a 13-point advantage. The men and the women have yet to drop a game here in their home gymnasium. And in that championship game that Kyle Smith guided Columbia to in this gym, Jim Engels was on the opposing sideline because he was the head coach of NJIT, as Kitty Henderson could not finish at the rim. So San Francisco with its first possession of the third quarter. Fulcher leaves it for Queta. Down low to Dos Santos and scoops it in.
She's been effective, 5 for 5 from the field. She is their engine, so to speak. They need to keep getting her the ball on the inside.
Collins wide open from the corner. And she continues to struggle from beyond the arc. She is now 1 of 14 in the last 4+ games as Leitchi is fouled trying to glide towards the bucket. The senior out of Brazil, who is known for her facilitation. She leads the team with 4 assists per game. It's her second campaign with San Francisco, and she is able to take advantage of the opportunities at the line. Full court press shown by San Francisco. Dangerous pass. Collins has to save it, and it's a turnover for Columbia, number 8. So San Francisco opening up the second half on a 4-0 run. Can they add to it? Dos Santos shuffles it to Worth and finishes at the rim, plus the foul, and what a spark. So that is number 3 on Paige. Worth to the line. She's 2 for 2 today. She stays perfect. And she is in double figures with 11. So the 2 players averaging double figures in scoring on the season are able to meet those expectations here early in the third quarter. Collins gives it up to Paige for the baseline. Short, follows her own miss. Out to Weiss from the left corner. Loose ball, Kitty still fighting for it. And they're going to say she stepped out of play.
Listen, we said in the pregame, they don't give up many points in the offensive end. They're one of the best in the country. Lions scored 43 on them in the first 20 minutes. You need to do something different defensively, and it's caused trouble so far in the first 2 minutes here for the Lions. That extra pressure that San Francisco is putting on now.
But still having trouble on the glass as Queta, the smooth touch from the baseline, trying to hand off to Broom, gets it to Weiss with 4. Weiss D'd up by Queta. Hand in her face, and a rebound by Worth. Outlet goes to Queta as Columbia has missed its first 5 field goal attempts. Worth off the pump. She's got 11, and you could give her 13. And San Francisco within 2 in 11-0 run. And Queta. Inbounds goes to Broom. Broom has a step on the defense. The floater drops through, and that ends an 11-0 run to start the third quarter.
A much-needed basket there for the Lions.
So you've got Ziaka in with Trooli Porter and Paparonis joining Worth and Fulcher. Ziaka out to Worth for 3, and she is able to knock it in. Just her second 3 for the team. And just like that, Columbia holding on to a 1-point lead as Worth loses control of the ball. Ablihash poked it out from behind. Worth goes reverse underneath and gets it to go, plus the foul. So Ablihash picks up her second as Worth now has 19 points, and that is a new season high. Yeah, she had a career-high 20 points against Columbia in her own backyard last season, and she's 1 point away from matching that. And that game was 7 of 9 from the field as Kitty Henderson scoops it in. 7 on the shot clock. That's the right lady to give the ball to. Worth. Paparonis with 3, and no foul. Broom able to knock the ball loose. Collins picks it up, and it's a 4-on-4 game back the other way. Cecelia backing her way to the bucket, and Paige will reset. Collins Thinking about the three. Instead, gets it to Kitty in the corner to Broom. Contested shot, and it rolls through. 3-point game here in the third as Leitchi gets the inbounds. Fulcher, Dos Santos, Worth, and Paparonis round out the five. Worth for a new career high, and you can give it to her. 22 points, and we're knotted at 50 as Ziaka gets her hand in the passing lane. Another steal for Paparonis, and the wheels on the bus slowly loosening for Columbia. Foul was on Broom. That is her third, and that's the team's fifth. So that's why we've got free throws.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a foul-plagued quarter for both teams. The next one that San Francisco commits.
So Kitty will inbound. Collins back to the bucket. Rifles one out to Weiss. Denied by Dos Santos, who barely got off the ground to swat that shot.
Yeah, quick release, but just the defender was right there. Nice block by Dos Santos. 5 seconds left here on the shot clock for the Lions to get something on the offensive end.
And here's another look. Dos Santos with the right hand. Perfectly timed. Collins off the handoff. In the corner to Weiss with one on the shot clock. In and out. And Worth goes sky high for the rebound. And apparently there was a foul in the corner.
Collins to Weiss in the corner. And the defender went out. Didn't really give her a chance to land. 3 shots for Riley off of that possession.
Because you could tell based on the replay, she was clearly beyond the three-point line. Ziaka picks up her third. Best free throw shooter on the team.
Rest on the offense end on the next shot. Gets the ball in the corner. Goes to the line now. Hits 3 free throws. Just as good as a three-pointer.
Well, that's the one thing about Riley. She's very effective in creating space without the basketball. Not every shooter has that gift, as Paparonis is left all alone. Rebounded by Worth, making her presence felt everywhere. Out to Ziaka's got a good look and floats it through as Rafu was late. 4 made threes for the Dons, and they're back up by 2.
And once again, Worth is the one who did it, getting that second chance opportunity, hitting the offensive boards.
Kitty stops in the lane, shuffles it over to Rafu, blocked by Paparonis. Off the deflection, it gets kicked out to Weiss. 15 on the shot clock. Aribola trying to back up. San Francisco has blocked 5 shots in this game. That is their average. They're third best in the West Coast Conference. As Aribola cannot capitalize on the first free. And you can make it 2 of 4. In this quarter alone, they have poured in 25 points in the third. They had only 30 at the break. Ziaka goes reverse and gets it to bounce her way. And Broom will slow things down. Hands off to Kitty. Down low to Tor. The no-look feed to Rafu. Pretty basketball. Around the perimeter it goes. And in the hole, a 1-point game. They go inside to Dos Santos. Wide open is Paparonis. And banks it in. The bank is up early and open. And it's a 4-point lead for the Dons.
Offensive showcase by both teams. There a beautiful buddy pass below for the Lions layup. Banking the 3 on the other end for San Francisco.
So the Dons now have hit 5 threes in this game after 9 against Seton Hall Monday night. Rafu blocked by Dos Santos. There was contact. Rafu's first free throw attempts today comes in at just 29%. And you can see why. And we have seen in this contest a total of 6 missed free throws. And it'll stay that way as Rafu makes 1 of 2. So shot clock is off for the Dons. They were down by 13 at the break. They're holding on to a 3-point lead. And it could be dissipating. A turnover. And that is number 2 for Worth. So Broom will inbound to Kitty. And they'll mix the clock here. Kitty with 8. Off the dribble penetration, we have a foul on the floor.
And sending Henderson the line for 2 free throws.
That's number 3 on Paparonis as the struggles from the line comes in at 50%. She's even acknowledged that this is an area she continues to work on as she makes 1 of 2. So it makes it a 2-point game. 5 seconds to go. Ziaka up ahead to Worth. 2 seconds. She's not even aware of the shot clock. And Fulcher blocked by Broom as everybody on the bench was pointing towards the clock. And the Lions defense able to hold Dos Santos specifically with 4. Leite has 4 as well, not to downgrade her value, and Paparonis with 3. Columbia has 3 players with 3 personals. The Dons are 2 points away from matching their season high of 62, which they did twice this season, and you can give it to them thanks to Dos Santos, who stays aggressive despite her foul trouble.
Yeah, I mean, interesting call here, playing her with 4 fouls early in the fourth quarter. But you know what? Trust Coach Goodenbauer knows her team well and knows her players.
Doug, a redshirt senior, so it's an experienced head coach trusting an experienced player. Raffew, though, defended by Dos Santos, and Raffew wins that battle underneath. As San Francisco trying to record a new season high in points. Fulcher with Kitty every step of the way. The baby hook short. And Henderson grabs the rebound. Kitty down low to Collins, who's been relatively quiet. Sealed off by Worth. The extra pass to Weiss. Wide open for 3. Ring it up. Riley dials up from long range. And it's a 1-point Columbia lead.
Just really good inside-outside play there. Collins got the ball, kicked it out, passed it over. Open 3 for Weiss.
We approach 8 minutes to go here in the fourth. Fulcher trying to give it up. Intercepted by Collins. Broom leaves it for Weiss. Back-to-back buckets. A 5-0 spurt for Riley. 22 for Worth for San Francisco, as Worth is in the game with her team down by a triple. They go inside to Dos Santos through 2 defenders. Lays it in plus the foul. She had no blocks in her Columbia debut Sunday at Duke. First Columbia player to have at least 5 blocks in a game since Jillian Borison in January of 2016 against Central Penn. And she's only 2 games into her career, Mia Broom.
Just doing it on both ends of the court, Lance. Offensive, getting rebounds, hitting shots, and defensively blocking shots.
Well, that's why they call her an eager freshman, because she was chomping at the bit to get in. As Page had time, could not finish, though. Raffew picks up the loose ball. Too hard off the glass, but another foul against the Dons, as we see Trewoli Porter joining Dos Santos, Ziaka, Worth, and Keita. And Raffew. And this is where free throw opportunities can add up, Doug, in a close affair. And Raffew misses both. Under 30% on the season. It stays a 1-point lead.
Yeah, you mentioned before the loss to Villanova, and Weiss missed 2 free throws in the last second. The Lions were 8 of 19 that game from the foul line. In 1-possession games, those points matter.
Ziaka got out of the trap. Worth has a step on Collins. And Worth with 24 points to pad her new career high.
Great position, great basket there by Worth.
Page with a drop step and flushes it through with Trewoli Porter up in her grill.
Nice left hand. Maybe she just needs some defense to go. The last one was too easy when she was the uncontested layup.
Again, Ziaka double team. Gets it out to Worth. Keita straight away. And cashes it in. And Tor in the game for Columbia as Collins drops it down low to the backdoor, cutting Henderson for a lay-in. And we're knotted at 69.
Just a great play there, again, off a sideline inbounds. Aggressive defense, go back door, get the easy lay-in.
San Francisco has made its last 3 field goal attempts. Columbia, 4 of its last 5. Dos Santos sets a screen for Ziaka. Worth in the corner. Gives it up to Trewoli Porter, who is able to lay it in full extension. And that knot didn't last for long. The handoff to Avlihash. The pull-up in the lane. Off the right side, Worth goes sky high for the rebound. As she has 24 points to go along with 8 boards. That is the second team foul against the Lions for Avlihash. That is number 3. Miscalculation by Ziaka. Collins, clear path to the bucket, stops, pops, and lays it in. The 11th turnover for the Dons, 18 points for Columbia off of it. Trewoli Porter with the size. Loose ball tapped around. 12 turnovers now for San Francisco. And Columbia with a chance to make them pay. Collins from the corner. skims the rim. It goes to Worth, who's got 9 boards. That matches her season high. Dos Santos underneath, cannot finish. That stopped a stretch of 4 straight makes. Collins out to Oblihash, the extra pass to Kitty. Follows her own miss. 20 on the shot clock. The Lions will reset. Tor bounces it to Raffu. Working one-on-one on Dos Santos, and Dos Santos reached in.
But Worth definitely reached in and got the arm. That's why I guess she got called for the foul.
And Dos Santos, based on her reaction, she thought the foul was going to go against her.
5 minutes, the first 5 minutes, fourth quarter, with 4 fouls, and has been really good at really taking care of her positioning to not get that 5th foul. She thought she had it there and didn't get it.
So Raffu makes 1 of 2. She's now 2 of 6 from the line today. That is 8 missed free throws for Columbia in a 1-point game. Keep those numbers in your back pocket. Trewally Porter banks it in, and what a lift she has provided off the bench. The grad student out of Spain puts it back in favor of the Dons.
Just seeing back and forth action. Teams making plays on the offensive end when they need to.
Oblihash has a step on Leachy and lays it in with the right. Trailing by a point. They're shooting 60% for the field here in the 4th. Near 50 on the game. Trewally Porter with 4 on the shot clock. Spins with the left hand. Can't get it to roll. And who did it touch last? It was off the Dons. It will go back to Columbia.
I think Dos Santos got a hand on that, just couldn't corral the rebound. Good try in the offensive glass, just not enough there to get it.
Lions break down the press. Weiss doesn't hesitate. Long rebound to Collins, out to Kitty. And again, Columbia trying to milk some clock here. They are 9 of 28 from beyond the arc. Oblihash off the handoff. Paparonis nearly lost her footing. Off the screen, Weiss wide open. And you do not want to give her room, because Riley will make you pay. 22 points, 4 threes, and a 4-point lead for Columbia.
Once again, second chance opportunity lead to another basket for the Lions.
Worth has had answer after answer. Contested 3. Bounces right to Leachy. They go back to Worth. We approach a minute and a half. Inside to the cutting Dos Santos, who is fouled and will head to the line. Dos Santos is able to float in the first. As a team, they're 12 of 15, and you can make it 13 of 16. 2-point game. Under a minute and a half to go here on Education Day in New York City. And this will be Columbia's last home game till January 20th. They'll go 47 days between home contests, the longest stretch in the country. Dos Santos gets a hand in the passing lane and will wisely slow things down. Gets it to the cutting Trewally Porter, and we're tied at 77. The 13th turnover for the Lions proves immensely costly.
Great job there by Dos Santos getting her hand in that passing lane and led to the turnover and the easy basket.
13 lead changes, 8 ties. Buckle up, people, with under a minute to go. Collins off the fake pass, stops near the lane and gets it to roll home. Cecelia with just 4 points today, but a massive bucket. Molly Goodenbauer is going to let her team play. Worth tries to kick it out. Intercepted by Riley Weiss. Has one player to beat. Lays it in. And Columbia pads its lead to 4. As Columbia showing full court press with 26 seconds to go. And San Francisco down by 4. Ziaka gives up her dribble. They're all over Worth. Dos Santos straight away. Well off the mark. Kitty the rebound, triple teamed and fouled. And that'll be the 3rd team foul.
The free throws, try to get a basket quickly on the other end.
And remember, they only have 3 team fouls, so you still got to get to 5 to even send Columbia to the free throw line. Right now it's ball denial. Raffu's the one you want to foul. They give it up to Collins, and stunningly, San Francisco Raffew, number 0, is the one you want to immediately foul. Now, remarkably, Worth doesn't grab her immediately, and instead, Raffew has a chance to give the ball up to Collins, but it actually did result in a turnover.
Got to score quickly.
6.9. Worth gets it to Ziaka. Weaves in and out of traffic. She's going to go for the quick 2 to Trewally Porter. 1.9, though, to go now. And they're not going to foul Kitty. Time expires, and that is going to do it. But hold on a minute. They may put more time back on the clock. So Kitty Henderson to the line for 2. And the first attempt unsuccessful.
Probably better off just missing this.
To waste time off the intentional miss.
Yeah.
Yep. And Kitty short, and that will do it. Final buzzer sounds, and Columbia's home slate in 2024 starts and ends with perfection. 4-0 here at home to close out their home contest, and even more impressive, 17 straight regular season home victories dating back to November of last year.